It was only the other day, but in the last World Cup video we were looking at the first round of qualifying in Oceania, including this free kick by Justin Manau of American Samoa. This time we're back in Asia and back in the second round as we look at match day 3. And we start at the Saitama Stadium 2002 in Saitama, Japan, where Japan looked for their first win against Cambodia. And the scoring began in the 28th minute when Keisuke Honda smashed in that goal. They had to wait until the second half to grab another when Yoshida scored in the 50th minute. Shinji Kagawa completed the scoring in the 61st minute to make the final score 3-0 to Japan. But, judging by some of the other scores on this video, Cambodia got off quite lightly. But before we head to them, we've got to check up the other game in Group E, Syria v Singapore, which took place at the Sultan Qaboos Sports Complex in Muscat, Oman due to security concerns. And this was the only goal of the game, scored by Al Jafal of Syria in the 59th minute. They now top the group on 6 points. Group A now, and despite what it may seem, this was not the highest score of the round, as the United Arab Emirates took on Malaysia at the Mohammed bin Zayed Stadium in Abu Dhabi. Scoring was opened in the 16th minute through Salem. And it wasn't long before Mabkut made it 2-0 in the 22nd minute. Two minutes later, Khalil made it 3-0 to the United Arab Emirates. And it was 2 in 2 minutes when Fardan made it 4-0 in the 25th minute. A change of goalkeeper didn't help Malaysia in the 29th minute when Khalil got his second and UAE's 5th within half an hour. 5 soon became 6 when Mabkut got his second goal in the 33rd minute. They got another in the 37th minute through Ahmed, meaning that the UAE had raced into a 7-0 half-time lead. The second half didn't prove to be much better for Malaysia, but they did hold out until the 70th minute before Khalil got his hat-trick. Khalil wasn't the only person to get a hat-trick, as Mabkut got his third in the 76th minute. They did finish scoring goals a little bit later when Khalil got his 4th and UAE's 10th in the 78th minute, meaning the final score was United Arab Emirates 10, Malaysia 0. In the other game in Group A, we were at King Abdullah Sports City in Jeddah as Saudi Arabia hosted Timor-Leste. It only took 2 minutes for Saudi Arabia to open the scoring through Al-Shari. Later on in the first half, Timor-Leste conceded a penalty, and in the 23rd minute it was converted by Al-Salawi. Al-Salawi was on the score sheet again in the 26th minute with this diving header. The goals continued to tumble in for Saudi Arabia as Al-Faraj scored in the 30th minute. And they were able to make it 5-0 in the 32nd minute when Al Jassim rounded off this nice passing move. Much like UAE, they took their foot off the gas a little in the second half, but still managed to get a couple of goals, including this one from Al-Salawi in the 71st minute, which was his 3rd of the game and 5th of the tournament overall, making him the top scorer so far. Al-Mu'alad poked it in from close range in the 73rd minute to make it 7-0 to Saudi Arabia, and that is how it ended. In the group, Saudi Arabia is second with UAE top on goal difference, both teams on 6 points. As usual, Group F only had one game due to Indonesia's removal, and it took place at the PAS Stadium in Tehran, Iran, for security reasons, as Iraq took on Chinese Taipei, and Iraq took the lead in the 37th minute by Adnan. Hosni made it 2-0 to Iraq in the 59th minute. It was 3-0 to Iraq in the 80th minute when Yassin got himself one. What then followed was a crazy 5 minutes, as Wen Chi Hao got one back for Chinese Taipei in the 86th minute. Two minutes later, Mahmoud nodded in a fourth for Iraq. And with the game headed into injury time, Chinese Taipei gave away a penalty with that push. It was converted by Miram, making it 5-1 final score. In the group, Thailand topped the group with 6 points, but Iraq have only played one game. Guam have had a fairy tale start to Group D, but now they took on top seeds Iran at the Azadi Stadium in Tehran. The game didn't start well for Guam, as they conceded a penalty in the 10th minute, which was scored by Dejega. Iran managed to get a second in the 31st minute with a goal from Taremi. And 3 minutes after that, Azmoun made it 3-0. Iran got a fourth just before half time, as Azmoun got his second in the 41st minute. Not to be outdone by Azmoun, Taremi got his second in the 65th minute, with a little deflection off the keeper. Iran completed the scoring in the 89th minute with a goal from Tarabi. It means Guam dropped to second in the group on goal difference and are replaced at the top by the other team that won on matchday 3, Oman, who took on Turkmenistan at the Al Seeb Stadium in Seeb. No massive win here, just a bit comprehensive. Saleh opening the scoring for Oman in the 7th minute. Saparao then getting an own goal in the 11th minute, causing one great hissy fit from the goalkeeper. Oman got a third in the 59th minute through Al Hosni's rebound, before Turkmenistan got a consolation goal in the 82nd minute through Amanao. The final score, Oman 3, Turkmenistan 1. On to the lowest scoring group of the match day now, Group H, starting with Bahrain v North Korea at the Bahrain National Stadium in Rifa. There was only one goal, Jong Il-Guan scoring it in the 42nd minute, giving North Korea a 1-0 win and keeping their 100% record as they topped the group with 9 points. Elsewhere in Group H, we were at the Pakhtakor Markazi Stadium in Tashkent as Uzbekistan took on Yemen. And there was only one goal in that too, as Genrik scored it in the 51st minute with this free kick. After a couple of low-scoring affairs, we move on to Group G now, where it is nothing but high-scoring games, starting with South Korea v Laos in the Hwaseong Stadium in Hwaseong. South Korea opened the scoring in the 9th minute through Lee Chung-yong. And 3 minutes later, they were already 2-0 up through Song Hyung-min. Kwon Chang-hoon fired South Korea into a 3-0 lead on the half hour. It was the same story in the second half as Suk Hyun-jun put Korea 4-0 ahead in the 57th minute. Sung Hyung-min made it 5-0 in the 74th minute with his second goal. And a minute later it was 6-0 as Kwon Chang-hoon got his second. Sung Hyun Min completed his hat-trick in the 89th minute, making it 7-0. Lee Jae-sung made it 8-0 in the 4th minute of injury time, and South Korea left it like that, meaning they're joint top with the winners of our next match. In Group G's other game, for undisclosed reasons, Kuwait were playing their home game at Abdullah bin Khalifa Stadium in Doha, Qatar. Didn't stop them opening the scoring early though, as in the 11th minute, Nassar had it bounced off his head and into the goal. While the first goal was a bit unlucky on Myanmar's part, the second was just terrible defending by them, as Maxid made it 2-0. A minute later, it was 3-0 not long later when Nassar got his second in the 18th minute. Myanmar managed to hold firm until the second half, but 1 minute into the second half, Zaid made it 4-0. Now the floodgates were beginning to open, and unfortunately for Zormintun of Myanmar, the ball bounced off his knee to make it 5-0 in the 56th minute. The goals kept coming, and 5 minutes later, Mashan made it 6-0 to Kuwait in the 61st minute. As Kuwait went to go get more goals, Myanmar fouled them in the area, causing a penalty, and it was scored by Al-Mutawa in the 69th minute. Al-Mutawa apparently decided he was going to enjoy the rest of this game, and in the 88th minute, he bagged his second and Kuwait's 8th. Deep into injury time, Al-Mutawa popped up again, making it 9-0 and getting a hat-trick in the process. Final score, Kuwait 9, Myanmar 0. Over in Group B, Asian Cup winners Australia were looking to capitalise on an unconvincing win over Kyrgyzstan on matchday 2 against Bangladesh at the Perth Oval, better known as the Nib Stadium. They took the lead in the 6th minute through Lecky. 2 minutes later, they were 2-0 up thanks to a drilled shot from Tom Rogic. A heavy deflection in the 20th minute meant that Barman of Bangladesh would be the one that had to claim Australia's 3rd goal. And Australia made it 4-0 in the 29th minute with this close range effort from Burns. They only managed one more goal in the second half when Moy thundered home from distance in the 61st minute. Final score 5-0 to Australia. We top the group now with 6 points. Hot on their tails are Jordan in Group B, who took on Kyrgyzstan at the Amman International Stadium in Amman. Unfortunately for them though, it was 0-0. Here's a great double save from the game though. Final group now, Group C, and we start with China versus Hong Kong at the Bao'an Stadium in Shenzhen. The game finished 0-0. China did hit the post though. In the other game in Group C, we saved the biggest scoreline till last, as Qatar took on whipping boys Bhutan at the Jassim bin Hamad Stadium in Doha. And Bhutan managed to not concede until the 8th minute when Musa slotted home. Qatar made it 2-0 10 minutes later with a header from Kasola. "2-0 became 3-0 in the 21st minute with a goal from Asadella. Great build-up play though. Al-Haidos got in on the act in the 25th minute as Qatar continued to rip Bhutan apart. Three minutes later, it was 5-0 as Musa got his second goal of the game. There was a bit of dodgy referee decisions for Qatar's 6th when Matari's shot apparently crossed the line. The goalkeeper couldn't really believe it. The 6th goal was in the 37th minute, and 4 minutes later, we didn't have to have a dodgy referee decision to decide whether Matari's 2nd crossed the line. And we still had time for Qatar to get an 8th before half time when Asadella fired in the 45th minute. Although maybe the goalkeeper had something to do with it going in. Unlike some of the other teams in this video, Qatar did not slow down in the second half, as Matari got his hat-trick in the 48th minute. Qatar reached double figures in the 57th minute when Afif made it 10-0. Kuwait made it 11-0 in the 62nd minute. We have the last hat-trick of the video now, as Asadella made it 12-0 in the 63rd minute. The Bhutan fans were getting a bit bored, and so were the Qatari players possibly, after scoring so many goals. They got another one in the 70th minute through Kuki. With 13 goals, they've now doubled what Bhutan had conceded in the last 2 games. 26 in total, and they weren't finished, as Qatar got another one in the 75th minute with a goal from Mohammed. Qatar scored one more goal in the 87th minute as Al Haidos got his 2nd goal, meaning the final score was 15-0. They topped the group with 6 points, unsurprisingly, on goal difference. And that's it for matchday 3, finally. We've got matchday 4 and more North American ones coming up. I'm going to stop watching goals because I'm bored of them now. Like and subscribe.